So, you want to get rich and adopt me and have all your dream pets? Well, today I'll give you some tips on how to do exactly that. I'll also be debunking a few tips that I don't think are as helpful. So let's get started. The first and most important thing, no matter how rich you are right now, is to understand both values and demand. Now there are two main value sites that people tend to use, Elfbread and AdoptMeValues.gg. I personally use Elfbread for values, but also, I like to look at the value history and demand of pets and items on GG. Values themselves are important to know because so many people use them in some form. So if you only have an alicorn, for example, you are not just gonna magically get a high tier. You'll have to trade that alicorn up and up until you are able to afford the high tier. Demand is a whole different thing and basically determines how easy a pet is to trade. So for example, a Mega Orca is worth 4 on Elfbread but has lower demand since the Orca is in game. However, a Lavender Dragon only has 2 value, but personally I would trade a Mega Orca for the Lavender Dragon because the Orca's demand is trash compared to the Lavender Dragon. Another thing is stability, and this kind of goes back to the values thing. Pets can either be rising, falling, stable, or unstable. Rising and falling are self-explanatory. Basically the value is going up or down. Stable means that the value is staying the same, and unstable means that the value is fluctuating or is rising and falling within a short time span. You ideally want to trade for pets while they're rising, or will want to trade for stable pets, and you want to trade falling pets away before they've fallen too far. Personally, I avoid unstable pets in general, but if you can catch the pet at a low point and trade it away at a high point, then you can definitely do that. Now that you know the most basic bits of trading, let's put it into a little bit of practice. I'll have 3 example trades and we'll determine if the trade was a win or a lose. These will cater to people with smaller, lower value inventories, but they can be extrapolated for higher tiered pets. This one is very straightforward. You're giving a common dog for an orangutan. I think most people can instantly tell you that this trade is a win because both are in game and you're getting an upgrade from a common to a rare. I will note the fact that the common to rare comparison is only being made because both of the pets are currently obtainable in game. Let's take another example. Here we have you giving your blue dog this time, again for an orangutan. The blue dog is an uncommon again for the rare. If you're new to Adopt Me, you might think that that's still a win because you're getting a rare for an uncommon, but if I show you the values, this is a horrible, terrible trade. My lesson here is that the little rarity thing Adopt Me assigns to pets like common, uncommon, rare, etc. don't really mean anything when it comes to values. For this trade, I'm actually outright showing you the values on Elf. You're giving your pig, which is 7.25 for 6 mega birthday butterflies from this year, worth a total of 8.4. While this might seem like a nice overpay at first with them being over by about a ride potion, these butterflies actually have really bad demand and are falling more and more as the birthday mini event goes on, while the pig is a pretty stable pet with much higher demand. You can see this if we look on GG instead and show the demand rating for the pets. The pig has 3 stars and the butterflies have 1. Also, GG is low-key the goat for telling you this is a loss, but the lesson here is that even if the other person is over, you shouldn't just automatically take it if their pets have much less demand. Okay, now that we've covered the basics of trading, values, and demand, let's cover how to grow your inventory both using that knowledge. Plus I have a few tips for people just starting the game. My main tip is to grind events. Make sure you get at least a few copies of every pet from an event to trade much later on. These event pets are limited, unlike the ones that are always in game from the nursery eggs, and either trading event pets right away when the event comes out or trading them once they've risen in value can help tremendously in growing your inventory even if you don't have anything else. If there's no event at the moment, I would suggest saving bucks and age up potions for the future events. My next tip is to try and upgrade anything that you have that is hard to trade. Examples of this include like bad legendaries and most neons and megas, especially in game 1s, into ride or fly potions using the trading hub. You may have to be over on values, but getting something that's incredibly easy to trade like a ride or fly pot for your mega that's been rotting in your inventory from how hard to trade it is will help in growing your inventory in the long run, since you'll actually be trading and will be able to improve your inventory. I have some examples on screen of this, of trades that I managed to get. Now some of these were also overpays, which low-key shocked me, but this is basically what you want to do, and I can also recommend honey pots if you're having a ton of trouble trading some of your pets for ride potions, as they still make a decent ad, especially when trading your ride pots. Another tip is to use the Adopt Me Discord server if you're over 13 and have some decent pets to trade. It's a great place to find trades for things in general, and personally I find it better than other trading hubs like the ones hosted on Elv or GG. If you can't do that, then you can still use GG and ELV, and you can also use the trading hub inside of Adopt Me to try and find offers, but I have a much better experience on Discord personally. Also, don't get scammed. This isn't just on Discord or just on Roblox, and I might make a video on how to not get scammed and the kinds of scams going on in Adopt Me, but in short, never click links or go to links manually. Just end of story. Never give something to someone with the expectation of getting something in return after, and always make 100% sure you're actually trading for the thing you're trying to trade for and nothing has been swapped. If you just remember that, and if you keep your guard up, you'll likely avoid getting scammed. Okay, on to debunking a few things. Firstly, I really don't like the advice of, don't overpay for anything ever. While yes, overpaying in most cases is going to hurt your inventory and you can likely get the things you want without overpaying, if you have hard to trade pets and are trying to upgrade into something easy to trade or even medium to trade, you may need to overpay to make that happen, since people really don't like hard to trade pets. Also, overpaying a small amount for your dream pet really isn't the end of the world. I mean, I overpaid 70 value for Undead Jousting Horse back when it was only worth 7.5 because I really wanted it, but not only am I still super happy that I have it, I also still have other pets to trade, so you can always rebuild your inventory after an overpay. This thing goes along with the last thing, but you shouldn't worry if like 99% of your inventory is not for trade. Yes, you won't be able to upgrade that value, but as long as you make sure to keep something for trade at all times, you should be fine. Example, I have probably about 800 value on ELV that is not for trade across my stroller, vehicle, and toy collection plus my favorite pets, but right now I'm still trading a chocolate chip bat dragon, so I can still upgrade my inventory to get more things I want. Really, as long as you never trade all of your for trade stuff for things you won't trade away, then you'll be alright. I almost experienced that when completing my stroller collection because I had to offer on Egg Stroller, which is about 55 value right now. But luckily I had a few pets to trade and some CCBD jars to rebound my inventory. Okay, one last tip before I go, just have fun with this game. If you burn yourself out over not getting offers, you'll likely quit outright, and if you do that, then your inventory obviously won't grow. If you're having trouble trading your pets, enjoy some of the other aspects of the game like house decorating and raising pets casually. You can even just hatch eggs and make megas to grow your inventory if you want to take a break from the chaos that is trading. That's all I have for today. Ignore the fact that it's been 3 years since I've uploaded. Subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you at some point with that how to not get scammed video. Or I might remake my how to get bucks video. Let me know in the comments. See you all soon.